Welcome back to the shed. I'm Syd, Mackie's on the camera. Today we will be installing an Enduro Bearings Maxhit headset. We've talked about this before here. Bearings are a great way to upgrade your bike. It's not super flashy. It's not something people can necessarily see, but it can make a huge difference in the performance of your bike. And I'm pretty excited to try this headset. We chose to go with the Enduro Bearings Maxhit headset for a couple reasons. So the bearings are integrated into the cups. That is good for a couple reasons. It means the ball bearings are larger, and as we know, bigger balls is better for mountain biking. Basically, that just results in a stiffer headset, increased longevity of the bearings. They are made to withstand higher forces, and basically that just improves the overall performance of your headset. These also have a lifetime guarantee. Enduro Bearings also makes a Maxhit bottom bracket with the same technology, and we will be doing a video for that at some point. For this task, we will be using headset press, Zero-Stack headset installer pieces. They look like this. Crown fork race installer, Allen keys, and obviously your new headset. Today we are swapping this, so we will also be removing the previous bearing cups. Obviously, if you are building a new frame up, you won't need to do that step. Okay, so with the headset that was currently in this bike, as you can see, the bearings pop out of the cups. The cup is still in there. So that's what we're gonna be doing, is getting that cup out. Getting grease on my bike. There we go.
So you're basically going to use bearing punch plus rubber mallet to knock out that lower one.
Okay. I love taking a rubber mallet to my...
That is the side you hit. And then you want to go around. Yeah, you don't want to do just one side.
Have we made any progress whatsoever? I can't quite tell.
No, you're going to have to hit harder than that.
Jeez, I don't want to. What if I miss and break my bike? This turned out to be kind of a two-person job.
Usually you like getting to hit things with the hammer.
Yeah, but not this bike. Rather precious about this bike. Okay, I did not enjoy that one bit.
So now we have to get the top cup out.
It's gonna fling out and hit me in the face. That was slightly stressful. It wasn't hard. We did it fairly quickly. But I think I would recommend just choosing the headset you want when you build your bike. Okay, so this is sort of a funny one in that it has a seal.
This is going down, so it needs to fit onto that. So it's going to go like this.
Like that.
Correct.
Let's do this in a way that makes sense to my brain. So like that. So we have this kind of crown race installer. Apparently it's more ideal to do this with a longer one, but run what you brung, as they say.
This crown race installer is made to like smack down like that. Other ones, they're really tall and they go up to a point at the top and then you hit them with a hammer. But we don't have one of those.
And this one, you run the danger of breaking that seal by just walloping on it.
Yeah, if you just wail on it, you might tear the seal off.
That's why Mackie's taking the cautious approach. Usually the cautious approach does not involve the rubber mallet, but in this case it does. We did it. Where there's a will, there's a way.
As they say.
Okay, let's see. So these are gonna play a role.
So normally, how would you press in a bearing cup?
You'd put it on here.
Yeah, the opposite. And you do one at a time.
Yeah, put the thing through, find the thing that goes in
Okay,
here.
so grab those.
Are you sure we can't do them both at the same time?
You're supposed to do one at a time just to make sure they go straight. So normally you would do that. And then on the other side, you would have
this guy.
So you'd need to do the bottom one first because otherwise there's too much space for that to fit in there.
Smart. Okay, we get the idea.
So instead of using these,
oh, we don't use these. Oh, we use these. Oh,
you use the Zero because they fit in just right.
All right, do we grease it?
Yeah, a little bit of grease is probably a good idea.
Nobody likes a squeaker.
So talk us through the pieces you have here.
All right, so we have the Zero-Stack 56 millimeter, which fits in that one.
Okay.
And then we have the top and the bottom of this. This, I think, is going to be fun. Now we're gonna make extra sure that we're straight. Yep, tools, guys. The right tools for the job. 10 out of 10 recommend.
So I would go to flush and then give it like another 1/8 or 1/4 of a turn. That looks good then. If it's that hard, then you're good.
That was extremely easy.
Yes, and fast.
Much better than the 2x4 method. Okay, now we're gonna do that again. Got this guy, I already greased him. We're using the same piece that we were using earlier. I'm gonna pop that bearing. Oh, everything is greasy. Just got the slightest amount of tension on that to make sure that's good. Does that look good to you?
It's nice and centered. That looks nice and centered.
My favorite part of this tool is it doesn't feel like you're breaking things. Should I go a little farther?
Yeah, I just go till it feels pretty snug.
Excellent. Okay, we've done it. Now we just put the fork back on.
And so the one thing to be aware of is look at the stack height of that versus this.
So it's lower.
So it's very slightly shorter.
Is that where these guys come in to play?
No, those are just replacement seals that they send, which is nice. But no, so because of that, you're probably gonna want to do an extra spacer. Yeah, one more real thin one.
Do you remember how many were on top?
This one was on top, all the rest were on the bottom. Which way does that guy go?
The other way?
Do you see how it's shaped like that?
I feel like that's one that I always get confused on. Yeah, but it goes like that because it sneaks right in.
See how heavy it is.
No, it's too short.
As long as it has something for the spacer not to slide around on top of, then it's good. Yeah.
Nice. And this is how you install an Enduro Bearings Maxhit headset in 1 minute. If you're replacing an existing headset, you'll first need to remove the old headset cups. You can do this with a headset cup removal tool or just use a bearing punch or screwdriver and a rubber mallet. Now grab the crown race and make sure it's facing the correct direction with the seal curving up. Install it using a crown race installer, making sure not to damage the seal. Now it's time to install the lower headset bearing. Put a light layer of grease around the outside and use the Bearing Press Zero-Stack install shim and the correct size bearing guide for your frame to press the lower bearing into place. Grease the upper bearing, remove the upper bearing guide, and using the other install shim, install the upper bearing. Now reinstall your fork, making sure to add or remove headset spacers if the stack height of the new headset differs from your previous headset, and then go ride your bike.